ban. Karthus was so strong in the last game. So taking that away from Poland, how will they react to it? I mean, they had a pretty tanky lineup in there for last time around. But the final ban from Poland, will it be targeted towards anyone? It's going to be Cassidy. Cassidy's almost a guaranteed ban of lately, yeah. So,
this is shit ass quality.
Surprising from Canada this time.
Oh,
I think they'll go safe on this.
hello, this is YG. This is round 2 of Canada vs Poland. Round 1, I did some commentary. This one, I'm guessing they have commentary, so I'm not going to commentate. So I hope you guys enjoy. So, mic off.
Yes, an interesting one, whether that's going to be the odd one or whether it's going to be Hotshot GG up on the top lane that's going to play Udyr. Like I mentioned, he played Olaf in the last game, which is something you don't ordinarily see in the top lane, certainly not in Europe. I don't recall seeing it in the US during certainly the IEM Kiev qualifiers, the ones I tried to watch. It's a little hard to watch them when they're played at like God knows AM. I think they went on for 13 hours straight, the IM US qualifiers.
Yeah.
That's a lot of casting right there. So Vayne going to be picked up. That's going to be the AD carry for Poland. Strong pick there. And of course Canada had him. And there we go. It's the lock support, Nunu. That's what we like to see. It is something that they've been running with a lot in Europe lately. It's been made probably popular by Empire, obviously, of course, having that classic insta-give moment.
Doing an Empire is now a thing in League of Legends on a competitive circuit. So here we go then, second and third picks coming out for Canada. They already have Udyr locked in from their first choice. Bottom lane already secure for Poland, so we could see Canada, well, I was going to say avoid that bottom lane for now, but they're not going to. They're going to wait for their last couple of picks, maybe try some counter picks with this one. Tristana, Sona, going to be that bottom lane. Again, we've talked about the supports and who we feel at the moment is on fire in terms of the performance we've seen overall, and Sona is that support champion for us. Now over to Poland for 3 and 4.
Absolutely. And like you mentioned, they're counter picking. They didn't want to give away what AP they're going to take. Probably going to pull it out last. And it is going to be Morgana, possibly. It's a pretty strong pick in the mid. They could use him top lane, of course. It has been used top lane but quite regularly in Europe. We'll see whether that's going to be the final choice. Obviously, we have to wait until they lock it in. We do get trolled quite a lot as well in these picks. We have to be aware of that. Oh, and Gangplank. That's a pretty solid lineup. This time around, obviously playing it a little more safe, so it could actually be Gangplank on the top line. I'm not going to completely rule that one out. We don't know what the final pick will be for Poland, but it's over to Canada to show their hand with the AP. And they're going to go for Rise in the mid there. That's a pretty good pick. Not too sure how it's going to work out if it's against Morgana. Obviously, Morgana's Black Shield will block a fair bit of it. But Rise, if protected, can certainly throw out some burst damage. And we saw it, I think it was against Redbite actually. I'm pretty sure they played Rise off the top of my head. And managed to catch Redbite many times just in the jungle area. And obviously close together. And you can obviously get that AE bouncing off with the ulti. Let's see what the final pick will be. Will we see like Maokai jungle? Something crazy from the odd one. Going to be playing it safe. It's going to be Udyr jungle, and it's going to be Cho'Gath in the top lane. So Hotshot GG going with a regular Cho'Gath pick this time around. Skarner, now that is an interesting one because he did play Skarner top lane against China. Whether he's going to be jungle Skarner or top lane Skarner is completely open. It could be either, to be honest. But like I mentioned, he played awesome top lane Skarner. Hotshot GG did, just going straight into the base on front tower, just plucking them out and dragging them back into the team. It's like, you're dead.
Get over
picking
here.
A lobster from whatever they're called, aquarium. That's the word I'm after.
So final pick then for Poland.
Wow.
And Kennen. Wow. Double AP run here for Poland, if they stay with it, of course. Their lineup so far, Vayne, Nunu, Morgana, Gangplank. And it's looking like this Kennen will be the final choice for Poland in this second match of the best of 3. If you're just joining us, the scoreline is already 1-0 to Poland. They won that game over in the gaming area. And There we go, it will be Kennen.
So double AP run from Polska, which is Poland for anyone else around the world. And it is Canada, not California, as I managed to call it yesterday. I don't know how that got crept in now.
So it's looking like it will be the odd one in the jungle with Udia Skarner top lane. We saw the Hotshot GG Skarner against China in their matches. Obviously, Big Fight LP going to be in the mid with Rise, Chaos, and Elements. Bottom lane, Tristan and Sona. There are the bands once again for you guys at home who have just joined us and maybe missed them. Over for Poland, of course, it's going to be Jungle, Gangplank, Morgana, one of the AP champions. We'll see who goes mid and who goes top. And, of course, bottom lane will be Nunu support along with the Vayne. And also then Kikis on Kennen. And again, remains to be seen whereabouts they'll go exactly in this matchup. So here we go. We're about to get this one underway. The spectating delay, thankfully, only 8 seconds. We don't have to wait 3 minutes.
Yeah,
Since we're on LAN, it's no need.
Basically, what they can see on stage. You know, this is the players' view. They get to look out across the huge crowd that is forming for this game. It's going to have to go some to match the roar of Warcraft 3 crowd that you just had.
Yeah, the Warcraft 3 crowd. Obviously, Lin was playing in that final, and he won it as well, which is, that made that crowd a little bit more crazy. But a good warm-up nonetheless here for League of Legends, and there are a lot of League of Legends fans here at this event. Yesterday on the second stage, we saw a lot of them, and we are going to be going ahead. There are the 5 picks as well for Gamerburg. If you didn't see them before, Vayne, Nunu, Morgana, Gangplank, and Kennen. And we're on the loading screen, which means we are just seconds away from kicking off this second match in the best of 3.
And of course, important to note that there is no clairvoyance again for Canada here. Nearly did it again.
For California.
Yeah, I know. I stopped myself midway through this time. We've got like a guy waving a sign. There we go.
And that guy waving his sign means we are about to kick off this game. We are in-game now. And of course, it is Canada going up against the mighty Poland so far. They had a bit of a rough time, it has to be said. Yeah, there we go. First 30 seconds already, it has to be said, going in there. But my point remains, in the group stages, they had a bit of a rough time. They, got themselves through it, but it was no plain sailing for Poland in that group. As we see here, the Clairvoyants did go down initially right on the spawn to check those initial items for Canada. And we are seeing now Poland going for that invasion. Tristana is down in that bottom bush. I can't quite see if she's alone there or... Yeah, it looks like she's going to be alone. And Poland are going very deep into this jungle, Demon.
Very deep indeed. And remember, like we mentioned, Canada do not have Clairvoyants. We do call them Canada. We all know it's CLG, but it's a mix of TSM and CLG. So, and we are here. It is representing your nation. So probably going to try and steal the golems. We can see Sona coming round down the bottom. Will Elements get caught out? And there is Clairvoyance. So they know that there's a 2 or 3 over at the blue buff. And here they go. They're going on towards the golems. The whole 5-man team is going to come round behind them. Here they go. They're going to come round, and Elements spotted them very early on there. And Chaos is going to back away. He's going to even try and maybe get a steal across there. It'd be a bit crazy if he does. Yeah. And Siku comes around, puts that Ice Blast on him. He backs away quite happily. And that will be actually taking the experience away from that bottom lane. Of course, the advantage you do get in the blue lane on the bottom, which is where Canada is starting. The purple team is going to be Poland. And Poland now, actually, are they stealing the red as well? Yes, they are. Not that we got to see it. It has gone on towards Makatu there, so... That's going to be immediate invasion, and Poland return to lanes at last, so we get to see where they're going to be. It's looking like Kennen actually porting back, so I'm guessing he's going to be top. It's going to be Morgana in mid. They both have teleport, Hotshot GG and Kennen. Kennen actually teleported in towards the top lane. Not that we can see it. We can see Poland now coming around. That's going to be a pull. We got Udyr actually on the Wraiths as well. On the mini-map, I can catch a glimpse of it. And meanwhile, down the bottom row, remember, we need to point out that we're not controlling any of this at all, so we are completely at the mercy of the Korean TV when it comes to how we actually control it, what we look at. So we just have to simply, just like you see on the screen, if you catch a glimpse of something, that's about as much as we get noticed. But red buff now being stolen away by the odd one, which the cameraman is yet to pick up on, Joe.
Yeah, that red buff is going to be taken away, and, well, we can see it on the minimap at least. I guess that's a bonus that we have, that we know it's actually going on. So that's that. Kennen actually did a fair bit of early damage, but this red buff, its steal away, has not been noticed, and that could be dangerous as the odd one does start to come around here. Of course, Gangplank on the bottom side of the jungle. We will see Udyr be taking away the golems, actually, at the moment. The question is, will he then go in for the attack onto Kikis up at the top lane? Of course, playing that Kennen against Hotshot GG Skarner. Oh, look at the damage already there from Skarner. It's not half bad. Here we go. Mokete is going to come around into the jungle. Oddone is going to spot him, going to put the stun down. And, well, Mokete is going to take a fair bit of damage before he pushes away from this one. We saw Hotshot coming in there. Kennen putting the damage out as well. Actually, Hotshot's missed there. And that could be a little bit dangerous. Odd One comes around as well. Kikis spots him thanks to that ward in the tri-bush.
Yeah, we have dropped the tab at the moment. We can see Vane's been back to buy, so I'll keep our eye on that one. He obviously took a bit of damage, had to go back early. But they're focusing on Kikis versus Hotshot GG at the top there because, frankly, they love him. And so does everyone. I mean, he's the most spectated player, I think, in League of Legends. It's pretty clear to say that one. Probably the most famous as well. Obviously been around. Former champion here, obviously Counter Logic Gaming. They won in 2010 the gold, so then represented USA, now they're representing Canada. I don't know. You work that one out, but that's how it works. And system here, Big Bad GG trying to get a gank attempt on here. There's Cesaro and Makatu, but they're not going to get that one down. Oh, good bounce there from Big Bad GG, that one towards Makatu. The odd one continued to chase him, forcing the flash to be used there. Very nicely done. And Siku down the bottom there, Sinku I should say, is continuing to hold that bush and really keep Sona at left. So Element's having a few problems in that bush down the bottom there. We'd love to get a glimpse of the CC in a moment. We're keeping a glimpse on the odd one, yeah. I mean, that ward in the tri-bush is really giving his position away, and Kikis is like, yeah, I know you're there. Just go away. You're just going to keep harassing him. It's like, yeah, look, come on. Just pure. That's really good, accurate shots, actually, from Kikis there. So down the bottom, you can see Makler has returned. We haven't had any idea what items they've got. I'm just keeping my eye on the odd one, though, who is working his way in towards Wraiths again. But meanwhile, you can see Gangplank actually in the opposite jungle. So lots of invasion going on that is yet to be picked up by our Korean partners.
Yeah, that Gangplank is going to start to move in there. Sinku actually peeking out from that bush, as we do see Makata go in there, but, well, decides against it. Oh, there was a ward in the tri-bush, so that's been spotted there by Team Canada. And they will back away as the level pops on Elements of Sona. Kikis up at top did go back and buy. Where is he in the line down at the bottom? Okay, Boots and Pots. So he didn't. He must have cancelled the back there earlier on. Sinku continues to put a bit of pressure out onto Chaos. In terms of CS down on that bottom, Tristan on 42 to the 32 of Vayne. After 6 minutes, the 10 difference is really decent actually for Tristana. Obviously, she does have the exploding shot, which is always a big bonus when farming up in this early game. Are we going to see Vayne go back home now that the minions are pushed a little bit more up onto the turret? Already Morgana is level 6, and you can see that Tormented Soil doing tons of damage, doing great work clearing out. And, well, look at this. Kiki is putting so much pressure out on Hotshot there. Let's get a stun out as well. And Hotshot is slightly ahead in terms of the level, but Kiki's doing a great harassment job up at top, Demon.
Yeah, and he's just going to surely build on Morgana, trying to catch on towards Big Fat LP. They're actually popping his ulti, and that was somewhat wasted, but it does make Forster Flash being used by Big Fat LP, so we'll keep our eye on that one. Kikis, of course, has to try and do as much damage as he can to Hotshot GG. It's only a matter of time before Hotshot goes back, starts getting that magic resist built up there. They are on screen. That is Hotshot versus Kikis, so they're actually the closest to each other. Shout across each other across the stage. But I did mention Makler went back early, and you can see he's got that Dawn's Blade along with the boots now. So exactly the same with KX. KX picking up that Fortitude pot as well, going in towards Makler. There pops the exhaust, and that's been cleansed off straight away. Put the Ignite down on him, and that was cleared off. Trying to go for first blood there, KX, and blowing just about everything he could at him, but managing to hang on. Element still at 4, of course, down this bottom lane, so no Crescendo available, just dodging the Ice Blast. Meanwhile, you can see, again, Udyr invading. He's been practically living in the jungle at the top there. Gangplank, Makatu, he's I wouldn't say he's been struggling. I mean, there certainly seems to be pretty even level. The Odd One is slightly ahead, but the Odd One, again, has that timing down, and he's pulling the red again. I can see him on the map in the bottom right-hand corner. You can see he is pulling that red buff once again away from them. We've got Skarner moving down river there. He's just placing a ward. That's okay. And I'm having to commentate pretty much off the mini-map here. Big Fat LP actually coming round as well to help on the red buff there. Blue buff being given to Morgana. And I think we're going to see a possible gank attempt on Kennen here. Udyr coming round above him. Doesn't have a ward in the tri-bush. Flash is used. Manages to cast a stun down. Pops the ulti cannon there. Will surely get out of this one. Yes, he does. He manages to zip it up and get away. Health pot used as well midway through. And another close gank attempt there. And down the bottom, we missed a bit of action as well because we've seen Makler going back to buy. Get himself a triple Doran's Blade down there, Joe, and a pink ward, double pink ward, in fact, and it's something we've seen Poland use a lot of in the game for LoL. Lots and lots of pink wards. You just look across them, you can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vision wards. That's a lot of money in wards.
Yeah, it is, but we've seen how effective it's been, Dim, and in those Go for LoL, especially first of all in the East Nordic. That's where we really saw it being picked up there, and it showed. It was brilliant, actually. It really made a big difference to those games. You just see Morgana nick those rates from the side of Canada, which is a big thing since that Udyr is so far ahead at the minute. 10 CS, and down on the bottom lane, actually, 67 to 65. So that one got better. Chaos is actually going to go aggressive here. Not sure it's the best, but we are seeing Odd One come down. Great ultimate from Elements. Surely Cinco is going to fall as well. Yes, it's going to be 2 kills early on. It's gone to Udyr, it's gone to Tristana. Great people for those 2 kills to go to, and that's the dream start for Canada.
Yeah, and the Odd One has been playing very well here. You can see the pink wards going down. So it's ward fights there between the two, but very good start, and that's going to mean that Dragon is also going to them. We can see them on it at the moment. The cameraman's just showing this little melee between Hotshot and Kikis. Generally, we know that nothing's going to happen up there. You can see Dragon is almost done. The Odd One has been doing fantastically, been invading well, been coming out for the ganks early, and obviously that's made it pay down the bottom there. Hotshot taken down pretty low, has a health pot running. Cesaro also going for a little bit of invade himself. I'm not too sure whether that's a blue buff he's just stolen or not. We haven't had a good look at Big Fat LP for a while, so we don't know whether he picked up the blue buff. Didn't notice it, just looking towards mid. No, he's not going to look there. He's just toying with us, moving his mouse over that middle area. And we are back down the bottom. They're loving Chaos right now.
Yeah, Chaos is going to cause a lot of problems, and especially now, ahead with the CS, ahead with the kills, and he's got a healer with him in that bottom lane. His support can heal him the whole time, and that's going to be one big difference now that initial advantage is over with Canada down bottom. I think that's something that Poland have to be super careful about, because it can't go well. There you see Hotshot on his screen, as usual, twitching his leg 10,000 miles an hour and shaking the entire table. That would really annoy me if I was his teammate, by the way.
Yeah, just shaking the table, sat next to you. We just caught a glimpse of the gold there. We can see, obviously, Big Fat LP is slightly ahead of Morgana, 200 gold difference there, because obviously he has that slight CS advantage, and actually doesn't now. He's obviously just been away, and Morgana's just pulled up and said, thanks a lot, I'll eat all your gold. We've got the Odd One at the moment going towards the top. Ping's going out there, so they know that he's there, and Kiki's is surely just going to back away towards the tower. Yes, he is. Oh, but Vane's actually a little out of position there. Pink ward going down towards the tri-bush there, clearing out that ward. Gold advantage obviously towards CLG at the moment. They have had them double kills as well as the Dragon. With Morgana at the moment is really out of the way, heavily into the jungle. Crescendo goes across there on towards Makler. Sinku is also caught down, but don't forget Morgana's coming up behind these two, which is why Makati's come down there. Now Kenna porting in as well. Cesaro comes around the side. Element's taken down. Hotshot GG surely going to go down as well. Ported in, and that was a beautiful bit of play from Team Poland there. We have a 5-man down the bottom. They are going to take the first tower of the game. Really well played by Poland, completely catching Canada. Just as Canada initiated, it was the worst possible time because the whole of Poland were already there, ready and waiting. Very well played by them. And they're going to continue on towards Chaos. He's going to get caught out, though, by Big Fat LP. And Maklu just going too far. Very greedy. And that's something you normally see in solo queue elo, but not here on a main stage semi-finals of the World Cyber Games, and let's give the gold advantage back towards Canada. And well, at the moment it's pretty even between these two, despite the fact that gold slight advantage. The CS wise is pretty much bang on, and across the board, you know, both teams are playing very well. The Invade, I would say the odd one is the only one that's actually slightly edging it for me at the moment. Yeah, the odd one has done great. I mean, let's not forget Chaos didn't die in and amongst all that one. He's actually 1-0-2 compared to the 1-2-0 over on the other side. It was Kennen who got the kill. Obviously, Hotshot went down, so that leaves Kennen in a bit of a better situation up at the top to be causing Hotshot even more problems. And he's doing a good job of farming here as well. He's Kikis. He's currently 90 to 83, so Kick is slightly ahead. Obviously, Hotshot's build going a little bit more tanky up on the top compared to Kennen, who's already got the revolver, Sorcerer's Shoes, plus a Amp Tome as well. And Kick is just going to continue to harass there. Hotshot is doing a good job of shoving those minions up onto the turret, but again, you see the odd one coming in. He wants that red buff again. He's got the timing down. As we see, starting to push up there towards Kikis, who's not going to fall for that one. There is a ward in that tri-bush. And he's just trying to bait them out there a little bit. As Gangplank is doing the red buff, is he? No, he's slightly off to the side, actually. As Vayne and Nunu start to come up in towards this middle lane. And this is something that Canada have to be careful about now. Because that turret's down, they're going to find a lot more wandering going on for Poland. Yeah, they were coming up to maybe try and help out there. They weren't sure if it was going to be a full team fight. We could see them wandering up the map. I'm not too sure how much you can make out on the streams at the moment. We could just about make it out in the bottom corner. We, of course, have a beautiful high-def screen in front of us, so we can see everything. Sorry, guys. So just gonna get eaten alive on Reddit for that one. But Kikis at the moment, he's putting the pressure on. Hotshot GG has picked up the Mercury Dreads. I expect to see a bit more magic resist coming out soon as well. Kikis is he's actually behind in the CS. I believe he was. No, he's ahead now. Okay, so I'm completely wrong. Just ignore me right now. As he's managed to gain advantage actually as well, looking towards the middle, that Morgana's still holding it well against Big Fat LP. Big Fat LP has just been back and forth, going himself, that Tear of the Goddess and the Catalyst, the Protector just building up towards Glacier Shroud as well. And Hotshot GG has gone back. What's he come back with? There we go, Negatron Cloak, so almost inevitable sooner or later. But Kikis has got a lot of damage done to this turret. It is almost down. I don't know what the opposition side is, what his turret is. He's going to get that turret down before Hotshot GG comes up. Very nicely done. So that's 2 towers to 0 for Poland here. Obviously leading this one 1-0 already. This is really putting Canada on the back foot already. Chaos is doing his best down the bottom lane to try and continue pushing on it with that Fire Lady Tristana. I'm not sure it's lady or what Tristana really is. Definitely is a girl, but I don't know whether it's a Fire Lady or Fire Person. It's a small person. So you're... That's about as accurate as I can be right now. I feel a little bit sorry actually for the Dignitas team. They're sat behind the Polish fans, and I think every time something happens they can't see anything because the Polish guys are on their feet instantly. But anyway, back to the game. We do have Mukata coming down into this bottom lane. They're going to try and catch Chaos out, and here he goes. Gangplank ulti goes in. Actually, the odd one is there as well. There goes the crescendo across some elements, and Poland not able to do anything about that one. And I really like the trend that we're seeing recently, Demon, which is, you know, the cleanse coming out onto that AD carry down at bottom. It helps so much. Yeah, well, here we go. We've got another Dragon setup coming in. Hotshot GG's coming down from the top. Has been caught out by Cesaro there with the dark bindings. We've got Canada coming from top and bottom. It's not often the best way to do it. We're going full screen for this one. They're loving it. Kikis does go in, pops the ulti. Cinco's also caught out there. The odd one's surely going to get taken down. And Cesaro's ulti actually just went out of range there. The odd one is going to go down. Hotshot GG tries to pull in Cinco there. Will get popped by Vayne. Very nicely done. Poland coming out huge in this one. Big Fat LP does manage to pick up a kill there. Chaos is in all sorts of trouble. He's actually trying to bait them across. Tries to go aggressive on towards Kikis. It backfires horribly. And it's going to be an ace from Poland. Really nicely played. And now they move for a free dragon as well. And that is going to swing the gold finally in the favour of Poland. They need to be careful how they go about this one because they're all pretty low health. But Makla's going to get in there. And that is really helping. Makla with nearly 3,000 gold on him. He's going to be coming back with either a Bloodthirster or Infinity Edge, I feel. No, I tell a lie, because he hasn't even got a BF sword yet. but he's definitely coming back with one of those. And really that has turned the tables now. 7-5 to Poland, winning a big team fight. But I mentioned it at the start, coming in a split 3-2 like that, it often backfires, and it did this time.
Yeah, and it did, and you know, the ultimate synergy that we've got there, you've got Nunu who blasts this big radius, you've got Morgana who gets in there, stuns everyone around if they manage to get that proc off, you've got Kennan's AoE, which is ridiculously strong as well, and it's a great system that Poland have got running, and so far they've had the teamwork to get it spot on, and they are 7-5 ahead now, 18 minutes in, the gold is in their favour, the turrets are in their favour. If we look at those big important lanes, the middle, Rise 3-1-0 to 1-1-5 Morgana, you know, it's not so bad for Morgana. Actually got Zonya's hourglass built up already. 18 minutes into this one. Sorry, I put my water in front of everything that you need to see. You've got your own screen here, man.
There was a cameraman pointing at you.
Oh, really?
There is things that should not be on desks, I believe, is what I was getting at. But at the moment, like you say, Gamerburg are looking very good in this one. Kiki's got to be careful there. Hotshot GG going in for him. He's actually turning around, back on him. Going in. Oh, he's been baited into it beautifully, though, by the odd one. Surely going to stun him out as soon as that ulti finishes there. The Gangplank ulti's trying to help him out there, but I don't think Kikis is going to be able to escape from this one. He will not. And that is a much-needed kill for Canada there. And wow, very well played. And really, Hotshot just totally baited him into that one. Gangplank's had to go up towards the top there to try and protect that turret, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it. He doesn't have his ulti, he doesn't have any team members. Meanwhile, Poland pushing towards the mid. They will get the mid turret, and Gangplank has held them off because they can't tank it down. Hotshot's surely going to tag on towards Makata there. He'll just oranges it away. Did the mid turret go down? It did not. It's got must have absolutely no health on it. Yeah, well, there you go, 56 health. But meanwhile, they had to come back because Chaos was pushing down the bottom. So really, it is going on all around the map at the moment. There it is. Minions do finally take that turret down. It is 3-0 in terms of turrets to Poland. I had no idea that I'd be saying those words.
To be honest, I didn't know they were even playing the game before they came on stage. So when I saw after the Warcraft 3 and it came up next game is CLG versus Gamerburg and it was a 1-0, I was like, hey, what? They already started? I didn't even know that was going on. So, you know, lots of surprises in this one. I don't want to say, you know, that this is that much of a surprise because this Polish team in Europe, I tell you what, they're not that far off the mark. They can beat anyone on their day. They can do. We've seen them already. If you've been watching myself and Joe over on previous matches, you would have seen Poland in action, and they are looking fantastic. I'm intrigued to see how they did against Empire now, but I'm not too sure if that one's been played out or not while we've been here in Korea. Obviously not, because Poland have been here. Duh. Hello. Good job, man. Yeah, good job. We've got an invade going on here. Looks like they're going towards the blue buff. You can see that Vayne just coming around the side there. The odd one is there. They pop a ward down, and that blue buff is not up at the moment. Chaos, meanwhile, down that bottom has a full lane worth, and I don't think Nunu's going to be able to stop him taking that turret down, so it could be the first turret finally for CLG. Yes, he will be. And there we go. Oh, teleport down there. Kick his man to come in. Gets a beautiful stun. Whoa. Really well played. Great gank there down the bottom there. Meanwhile, at the top, you can see Hotshot also having a fight with Gangplank. Finally, he's going to move up there. And Hotshot at the moment is starting to get a lot more tankier, so he's going to be dangerous. Infinity Edge now on Tristana as well. We've got to keep our eyes on that one. Sonya's Hourglass being completed by Morgana. Bloodthirster completed by Vayne. And we've just got a glimpse of Morgana now coming up on towards Hotshot. GG Mercato's baiting him in there. Can he manage to get around it? Will he Darbion is hit? Yes, they will. The bull goes down. The ulti goes off. He needs to keep following. Has he got a flash to get out of it? No, he was too late with the dart. The ulti, what on earth was he thinking there? Surely there is no tower. He's going to get away. Darbion is just about misses. Kennen just about misses. Now they turn it around. Big LP comes on towards Mercato. Crescendo goes across. Kikis, I'm actually losing breath here because this one's been going on for so long. Element's finally caught out, but I don't think they're going to follow it up. Element's taken down to nothingness. Kikis suddenly realizing maybe we should back out of this one. That was a pretty chaotic engagement with actually no kills coming out from it. So very well played from both sides to really just avoiding taking so much damage there. Joe, this is a pretty exciting game. It's amazing so far, and you know, there were 500,000 summoner spells burnt in that last engagement, but no one died, as you said, and that's the key thing from this one. It leaves the Poles in front, 8-7, the gold is literally 100, and 3-1, of course, in those turrets. We're seeing Nunu starting to go down. The whole of the bottom side of the jungle is actually up right now for Canada. And I wonder if they're going to see them go down. Actually, Skarner's gone down for the red buff at this point. That's Hotshot GG, of course. And it's left Odd One up in that top lane. I'm so impressed, though, Demon, with Kikis so far playing Kennen. We've seen him come in there, and they've done a great job. That teleport down into the bottom lane to catch Chaos off was the perfect engagement to that fight in the last one.
It has been the perfect engagement. You finally actually got a shot of us on TV there.
I'm famous.
We're famous. Yeah, so the cameraman finally is giving us some love here. That is us in the casting booth right now. But at the moment, we are seeing Kennen at the top again, putting the pressure on towards the Odd One. The Odd One, after such a great start, has been able to influence really what's been happening around the map, because Poland have been so reactive, as it were, going around the map. Hotshot GG's actually decided to start passive farming down the bottom there, trying to keep pushing that lane. We have to keep our eye on the rest of Poland there, because there's no wards down that river, as has just been pointed out there. And there is Morgana in the mid. He has Tristana with him. We do have Vayne and Nunu down the bottom, coming around the backside of Hotshot GG. Hopefully the camera will pick up on it. Gangplank also closing in on him. They're actually all on him. Finally we go across to him. There is Hotshot GG getting caught out there, and that is going to be a one very dead Skarner in there.
Oh, he's gone to Makler as well.
Absolutely caught out of position. We said he was passive farming in there. There was just no wards, no vision. They had no idea that he was coming. Hotshot, obviously, these top players, sometimes they just don't need wards. Sometimes they just know that something's happening. You get that warning. But that's going to give them this free dragon again and push that gold advantage back in the favour of Poland. It is very close, though. 32.3 to 33k, 7-9 the goal difference, 7-9 the kill difference, sorry. And despite the fact they are 2 towers up, it is still very close. It just shows how well farming CLG have done in this game.
Yep, and a quick fact out there to show how popular League of Legends is. Neo, the legendary Neo of the Polish Counter-Strike team, has just taken his seat to watch this semi-final of League of Legends as well.
The crowd's definitely built up.
Everyone interested. There aren't many free seats hanging around. He's asleep in the front row. Obviously not a League of Legends fan.
Brilliant.
But he's going to wake up at some point and make sure that I'll get someone to prod him with a stick.
People had to be quick with the print screen there, I'll tell you, to try and catch that one out. That's right now, in the semi-finals, Poland leading 1-0 and leading 9-7 in kills. CLG are going to have to pull off something epic to get back into this one. We are just moving into towards the team fight stage, so anything is possible. This mid turret's surely going to go down there. Chaos just chipping away at it.
Yes.
I had to get it in there somewhere, didn't I? And meanwhile, at the top there, you've also got Skarner Unidia pushing on towards it. Kennen should be able to defend that one off, but it has been taken very low. He's had to back away. That's going to be the top tower going down to CLG any second. Now we're just waiting for Makler to get caught out. He will do. Dark Miners goes down. Will he manage to get caught out? Ice Blast on towards Elements. It's Elements they want. Crescendo going across. Beautifully done. They're surely going to pick off Elements, though. He will get caught out there. Big Fat LP trying to put a big bit of burst damage across. Makler now being caught out by Tristana. Tristana jumps in. Rothbar to aggressive. Nunu ulti going off. He will go down. Cinco for getting caught out as well. Big Fat LP tries his best to take him down. Gangplank actually picked up the kills, but coming from the top here, we've got Big Fat GG and the Odd One. The Odd One now comes in. They turn on towards the Odd One. They've got to be careful of Big Fat LP coming around the side. Big Fat LP does pick up the kill. The Hotshot GG meanwhile chases on, picks out Vayne. Makler goes down. Kick is the last man standing. Can Cesaro also help him out? They need to back away from this one. Dark Pointers goes down. Big Fat LP, will he prison them? Yes, he will on towards Kikis. Gets the bounce. And the Q. Beautifully done from Big Fat LP, and CLG just catching on to what was a dire situation for them, and Poland completely caught out there. What a great bit of play between these two teams. 6-1-0 now for Big Fat LP. This game's incredible, Joe.
What a sick game. And you know, one ward would have probably avoided that entire situation for Gamerburg over the top. Demon's taking his jacket off. It's a sexy sight here at the World Cyber Games. But more importantly, it's warm. And also, this is an amazing game. Yeah, 12-10 is the scoring kills. It's 3-2 in towers. The middle tower for Poland is very, very low. In fact, I think there's double-digit numbers in health left on it. And of course, it's Canada who still lead with the goal. This game is so up for grabs, it's ridiculous. However, when we look at the scoreline, 6-1-0, that's a very scary Rise. We've seen his burst damage there. However, you know, Rise, once he blows his cooldowns, he's going to be a very easy target for everyone to get out of the game. And from that point on, you've got 1-3-5 Tristana, 1-3-2 Skarner, 2-2-2 Udia, and, well, Sona we don't really need to talk about after the ulti's gone off there.
Well, you say that, but the cooldown reduction he's got on him at the moment with that he's pretty much popping that Q off every second. It must be 1 second, 1.5 seconds, so at least he's doing continual burst damage. So it's more a case of picking his moments, which is exactly what he did in that fight. And it's been brilliantly played. Trinity Force now completed by Gangplank. Obviously, Sonny's Hourglass was on Morgana, who's actually being chased there. Hotshot GG was thinking he could try and catch him out, whether he was just baiting the Black Shield out there. I'm not too sure. Makler picks up that red buff up the top there. So, Phantom Dancer and Bloodthirster now on Makler. Meanwhile, Zeal only completed by Chaos. So those kills he's been getting are going to help him out 5-3-4 against the 1-3-5, despite actually being out-farmed by Chaos. Oh, and he's got to be careful he doesn't get caught out there. The odd one, he's got Nunu and Makato on him. That's a lot of slow going in. The Ice Blast will be back up in a second. There's the parlay with another slow. Surely the Ice Blast will land. Will they get enough damage? He manages to turtle shell up. The Gangplank ulti goes down. He will take him on the turret, but the rest of CLG are cutting across. But Poland are there, and a very good gank again there. And Hotshot GG trying his best to try and hook someone in, but he's just not quick enough. And that was pretty much a hit and run from Poland there on the odd one, who played so well at the start, just getting caught out. They are going to go for Baron here. They're setting up for it. They've got the ward down. They know that CLG are coming in. Are they going to react to it as we drop down into full screen here? They're going to try and catch it. Hotshot GG, he does have Flashes Veil on, but that's going to get taken down. Crescendo goes across. Hotshot GG gets taken straight out there. Kick is also gets frozen up. Oh, Big Fat LP's been caught out as well. KX is trying to do as much as he can through the bush. He's going to have to jump the hell out of there. Elements now is in all sorts of trouble. Makler can sorely tank it. Wow. Yes, he will. Cleansed off the exhaust straight away the second it went on him. And really, you know, this is the new play that's coming in from the AD carries. That cleanse is just being used so much better with the new Master is, and that is going to be a free Baron for 1-0 up Poland. And this is looking desperate for CLG here. They could be looking towards the bronze match rather than the gold final.
I'm so impressed with Poland right now. I mean, Canada, Hotshot gets caught out. You can see that happening in that kind of thing. You know, he's a tanky one. He goes in there in the front, especially when the odd one's not there. They can't just let them have a free Baron. They had to do something about that. But still, the positioning for me wasn't so perfect from CLG. And, you know, you saw that there by the kills that came in. But I'm not going to focus on the negatives. I'm going to stick with how well Poland are playing in this game. They are doing amazingly well. And I know I keep saying amazingly. I'm out of adjectives to describe how well they're doing in this one. It's super.
Yeah, so, I mean, the gold advantage is actually not that great when you consider that Poland have had, I think, 1 or 2 more dragons. They've had a Baron as well. They're leading in their skills. Yet they're only 3k behind CLG. There's another dragon over to Poland, though, so that's not going to help. But CLG, you know, they're just going to have to group up. And we all know that CLG are very good in team fights. They just need to do it at the right time. So far, they've been caught out too many times. There's just been someone somewhere on the map just getting picked off at the right time. We're seeing Hotshot again, solo at the top there, who doesn't actually have teleports up, so I'm guessing he's going to be porting back right now. You can see Makatu sat there in that. Oh, the ping's gone down on the odd one, actually, from Poland. So they're saying, you know what, he's down there. Hotshot's at the top. Let's go for that middle turret. We've got our chance here. Actually, old Makler popping the ulti there. They're going on towards KX. KX been completely caught out. Big Fat LP surely going to follow there. Will they manage to get the damage down onto him? Big Fat LP has Gangplank following on. Diving on towards the turret. Elements also getting taken down. Hotshot GG follows. Oh my god. This is incredible. Poland have just ripped apart CLG at the seams, diving onto the base turret, in between 2 turrets as well. Now they're going to tank that turret down, and would you believe it, Poland are in an incredibly strong position, 20-11 up in kills, just waiting for that creep wave to come up, and Big Fat LP is the only man for the next 15 seconds to try and prevent them getting this inhibitor. I don't think it's possible.
Run away from that.
Yeah, and it's just a case of don't get caught out by that Dark Bindings. He's going to surely pop it out at the moment. Will he get the slowdown? No, he won't. And he pops the Dark Bindings. Banshee's Bells just came up and then got taken straight down by it. And that will be the first inhibitor for Poland. And really, they have initiated perfectly.
I mean, the dive there was risky. They were between 2 turrets. Half of them were being hit by the base turret. It was an incredible fight there from Poland. A risky one, but they went for it. And that's one thing that you have to do. If you're going to go into a fight like that, you have to be 100% committed. If you go half-half and you're a bit edgy about it, that's when you see those kind of things going horribly wrong. And it just didn't happen for Poland. They went in there with pure confidence, and they came out with the results 4-1 at that point of the game. It's now 20-11, a 5.5 more than 6k goal difference, let's say, and it leaves us with a 937 Vayne at 200 CS, who's got Cleanse, a Quicksilver Sash, Bloodthirster, Phantom Dancer, Last Whisper. That is a mean-ass Vayne build right there.
I'm glad you said mean-ass Vayne build. I wonder where you were going with that one. And of course, let's not forget Morgana, who'd already got Rod of Ages completed on there as well. Cage's lucky pick, just because you might need that little bit extra gold. That's really, I mean, they are just looking very strong. We've got almost a Rabidon's Death Cap being built up there, but I think the Banshee's Veil will save them. Will he get caught out? Oh, he managed to get the red slow on him there, and that's going to be big for LP. Surely take it down, tries to put the crescendo across. Now Elements is in trouble, and that is exactly what the whole game has been about. Just people getting picked off, caught out by brilliant ward placement from Poland. They had that ward on blue, they knew exactly where they were, and they get themselves another free tower. They've been using this Baron buff to just perfection. They've not had any issues. Poland are really on it today. Of course, who will meet them in the finals, we don't know. We'll get that second semi-final coming to on the second stage, but right now it is looking heavily in favour of Poland. Could they take this one 2-0? Of course, what would be, to me, a huge upset here against CLG. And that tower, they can't do anything to stop it. It will go down. The odd one is going to follow. He went down before the tower. That's going to be odd one down. And now we have Kikis coming in. Hotshot GG follows. This is going to be GG from Poland. Gamerburg are going to take it against CLG in the World Cyber Games semi-finals. Joe, I am amazed.
I am so impressed with how Poland have gone about this one. There is Big Fat LP coming in, trying last hits to do something. Kennen going to dive right in there, actually going pretty low, but they don't care. They've got super minions coming in. Vayne is, oh, look at that crit! Half HP of Elements going down with the crit, and it's GG. Gamerburg are going to win here 2-0 against CLG. How amazing is that? I can't quite believe that just happened to us. A close 2-1 game I could definitely understand, but if you bet on this game in a bookies, you'd be a rich man by now.
Damn.
You would have got fantastic odds, and really the crowd appreciate that.
Karen got ripped.
Karen
just got ripped.
That will be tomorrow
apart.
morning with myself and Skara and Jat as well from Dignitas. But here we've just seen Poland going through to the World Cyber Games finals, which you'll also be able to catch here tomorrow late in the evening. And the Polish fans are going mental. They're loving it because they have a League of Legends team in the final with a chance to pick up gold. And the question is, who will they face? I believe it's France versus CDE in the semi-finals. Of course, Singapore, China and Korea all getting knocked out in the quarterfinals after looking so fantastic in that group stage. But they are a really happy, and they're a very young team. We said this the other day. We saw
them when we were eating, and honestly, they sound 14 years old. Never mind how they look, but how amazing have they played in this one? And they're so proud. And you tend to find this with Polish players, especially at competitions like World Cyber Games, where you've got the whole team coming as a nation, and they have their fans here. There's so much passion within this Polish national team here at World Cyber Games, and they deserve every minute of it. I mean, we've got the post-game scoreboard. You guys can't see it, but I'm going to go through it anyway. Morgana, 5-1-14 from Kazaru. Makler on Vayne, 11-3-9. Support Nunu, 1-1-18. Perfect support. Kikis on Kennen, 2-3-11. Did what he needed to do. Mokata in the jungle as I'm dying. He was invaded the whole start of the game. My voice is dying as well. This is not good for the 2 days remaining. 5-3-17. The start of the game, the odd one did amazing. He came in there, he stole everything.
On their faces.
He stole everything.
They are delighted with this. It has been fantastic. Big Fat LP. They're looking a little bit down, as you would expect. You know, World Cyber Games, they won it last year. Don't forget, they have already got that gold medal. Hotshot really looks down there. He looks a little miserable. Some definite sad face coming on.
This was their title to defend.
It was their title.
Technically, somehow, it was their title to defend. But Poland have come in here so strong. They've knocked them out without dropping a single game to them.
And it's been incredible. Who will we get in the final to join them? That's the question. You'll be able to catch myself and Joe over on the second stage. That will be coming up pretty much straight after this one. There's a StarCraft 2 super match, and then we'll be over onto the second stage.
No, actually, it's in 2 hours. It's only 20 past
Because
3.
it's been such a quick
This
one.
game's been super fast. I mean, it was a 35-minute game, a pretty average time. But because it wasn't a full best of 3 in here, we've got a load of time. There's a couple of StarCraft 2 super matches over on that other stream. And then, of course, we will move into the second semi-final. It's another Europe versus North America thing. It's France. It's versus USA, obviously, CDE. And are we going to see another all-European final? Or are we going to get what I think at this point everyone wants, which is Europe versus North America in the final?
Game, yeah, it's always the classic. But oh, there they are, Gamer, packing up their stuff. And that's how quick you have to be off the stage.
I want to.
Well, she's not too unattractive. I'll put it that way when she's running that way.
Yeah. I'm going to not say anything because something inappropriate could come out of my mouth. It has happened before. But I tell you what, Demon, before this tournament, everyone was talking about Canada, about the 2 US teams, about France, about Spain, about China, about Singapore, pretty much about every country except Poland, who are now in the final.
Apart from us.
Apart from us, because we watch them regularly. That's the thing. We get to watch Gamerburg on a regular basis. And don't forget, you should follow me and Demon on Twitter at twitter.com/Joe_Miller, at twitter.com/QVDemon. And you can find out, when we're actually commentating these games on the likes of Gamerburg and Empire, these amazing teams that don't get the spotlight. Well, that's where you'll find out first.
And I'm going to go put some European K9 NASA skins up there to celebrate a European victory. And that is coming up next. It is going to be